What's up, you damn gorgeous and beautiful gamers, and welcome back to Role-Playing Games. This is Mariel Cardna in the internet, where we like to discuss about RPGs. If you like the content, if you like these conversations with RPJames, I would very much like to invite you, like always, to hit that like button because it really helps me like you have no idea. Most of the people that watches my content are in fact not subscribed to my channel, so what are you waiting for? You're already here. Take the time, come on, be part of this community. RPJames needs you. Anyways, that being said, let's get right into it. Upgrade system for Elden Ring. Now, it seems to be a very straightforward system, but in this video I am going to show you the basics of upgrading, efficient upgrading, as well as efficient exploration of the world. So if you're a more veteran, experienced player, then you might already actually know everything that I am going to showcase in this video. I'll have timestamps in case you don't want to actually listen to my ramblings, and you might actually be interested in going to a specific part of the video, because in this video I am also going to show you every single place that you need to visit to get infinite upgrade materials. That being the case, let us speak about the weapons on themselves first. In Elden Ring we have 4 kind of weapons. You have standard weapons. These are just basic weapons that you can imbue with spells, with buffs, but they also have skills that can be changed with Ashes of War. That is why main weapons are so versatile. They use a specific type of smithing stone to be able to upgrade these weapons, but these are the standard actual weapons. There are many of this, and we have then boss weapons. Now, the boss weapons will always have a unique skill. This one that I have right here, it's Godric's Axe. The unique skill, it says that repeatedly smash the Axe of Godric into the ground, unleashing 2 earth-shaking shockwaves. Follow up with an additional input to produce a 3rd shockwave. Now these ones, they use a different kind of stone for upgrading. And we also have the legendary armaments. There are a few of this, and they also share the very same smithing material that you would use with the boss weapons. But you also have special weapons. Now, virtually there is nothing different between any of this. Special weapons, they all have their very unique skill. You will notice that legendary armaments or weapons, they also have their unique skill, and boss weapons, they also have their unique skill. The main difference from those weapons is that you use this different material to upgrade them. Somber smithing stone. So now let us speak about the materials on themselves. Basic weapons use smithing stones. Special weapons, legendary weapons, and boss weapons, all of them use Somber smithing stone. So, why is it so important to understand all of these little thingies, all of these little things that I have right here, all of these materials? Because that is the attractive side of these games, the versatility. The versatility that the game gives to you to actually be able to change your weapons to the ones that you decide to use. Now, when you're playing, you might come with a weapon, and you might find a weapon and say, should I upgrade this weapon? This is something that many of you ask on my videos. Should I upgrade this weapon? Should I upgrade this other weapon? Do not worry about that. There's plenty of materials to upgrade your weapons. If you like a weapon, then feel free to upgrade it. You don't actually need to worry about the materials. That is why you need to understand that there is no such thing as a better weapon in this game. There are many broken things out there, like for example, this one is really broken on PvP right now. But if you want to be efficient and you want to play PvP or either PvP, it doesn't really matter what kind of weapon do you have. You can use whatever weapon you have. You might argue that the legendary armaments or a boss weapon or a special weapon might have a skill or an element that outclasses all of the other weapons, and might as well get rid of your basic weapons, the standard weapons, but do remember that there are some very powerful, filthy, overpowered Ashes of War that you can place onto basic weapons. Ashes of War that cannot be changed on special weapons, boss weapons, legendary weapons. Do remember as well that basic weapons can be imbued. You can place a spell upon them. They never have a element on themselves, but you can place elements on them with spells, with buffs. Lightning weapon, magic weapon, bleed weapon, dark weapon. There are many spells that you can place on top of them. So as you can see, this one has lightning, bolt of Grand Axe, the Biker's War Spear has fire, and you cannot enchant them. So that being said, there is no such thing as a better weapon, and there are plenty of materials out there that you can find to upgrade your weapons. If you find a weapon that you like, use it. It doesn't really matter. This is something that I told you guys before the game released, and you know that you can trust me because it ended up being correct. James actually sometimes knows what he's speaking about. But that being said, now that we have clarified that, let us speak about how do I get the materials to upgrade those weapons. When the game was released, it was advertised in a sense that attracted many people because it was told by the FromSoft team that you could start your game and do whatever the hell you want to do and go whatever the hell you want to go. And let me tell you that I knew from that very announcement that that was not going to be the case. I actually had some friends of mine that they were playing with me and they were fooled by this kind of advertising as well, and they were exploring areas that they should not be exploring because that's not how Elden Ring works. Thanks to marketing and advertising, people believe that Elden Ring is similar to Skyrim, where you can actually do whatever the hell you want to do from the very beginning of the game. It is not the case in here in Elden Ring. Now, let us speak about the materials. Materials are tier base. Weapons are not tier base. Weapons are just going to be, like I said, strong on themselves. But the materials that you use, they do actually escalate. And they might seem confusing because they have a little number right there where it says smithing stone. And when you pick them up, you might believe, I was actually quite fooled by this as well. When you pick them up, you might think, hey, maybe that's the number of those specific materials that I have in my inventory. But no, that one is right there where it says number health. So the little number that you see right there, that's the tier of the upgrade. So tier 1 is going to let you reinforce weapons up to +3. Tier 2 is going to let you to upgrade basic weapons to +6. Tier 3 is going to allow you to improve basic weapons, like I said, to +9, and that is only going to be escalating all the way up until you get to 24 with smithing stone number 8 or tier 8. To actually be able to upgrade your weapon to 25, you need ancient dragon smithing stone. Is the difference that huge? No. Do you like to have that extra damage? It's nice, but do not be fooled. If you actually want to, these ones are a little bit more harder to come by. It will be harder for you to actually be able to find them. But you will notice that I also, well, I don't actually have it right here with me, but I have +24 weapons that I use and they are efficient and they don't actually represent that much of an increment. Are they going to increase my DPS, overall DPS or damage output? Of course, but it's not. Since it seems to be like an endgame material, like this ancient dragon smithing stone, you might believe, oh, this is actually going to skyrocket the damage of my weapon. It's not. It's just going to increase one tier, and it's not going to be that huge of a deal. It's nice to have that increment, but it's not going to have that huge of a deal. Now that's for standard weapons. And then we have the special weapons, boss weapons, and legendary weapons. They all share this material. I'm sorry for the audio hiccup right there, but they all share the same material. To upgrade all of those weapons, you need Somber stones. And you will see that they are very similar. They have the very same tier number beside the name. And you will notice that these ones are a little bit different, because these ones can only get your special equipment to +10. Now these ones are a little bit more of a huge deal. These ones are not, because you have +25 levels. So 24 to 25 is not that huge of a deal. But 9 to 10 actually is, because the increment is spacing itself a little bit more, so that each increment that you place on top of these weapons is more substantial. Now, I'm not saying that a +9 weapon is not actually that useful. You will find actually using +9 weapons, because the end tier material is actually hard to come by. But like I said, do not worry too much about what kind of upgrade do you have. A +9 weapon is going to help you all the same. In fact, you will notice that right here on my inventory, I actually placed these things away, because I did not want them to interfere with my showcase of all of this little stuff that I am teaching you guys. But essentially, you will see that I have a specific weapon right here. Let me see if I can find it. +9. Eclipse Shuttle +9. And I actually use it, and it's efficient, and it's high damaging. It's not bad at all that I have it on +9. I actually do not have that +10 material upgrade, and I still use it because it's still very much usable. Now, to the false advertising. You cannot explore the world at HUD content. Let us move on to the next part of the video. Each area is going to have a tier of materials, and that tier is not going to level up as you level up. For example, Lingrave is going to have +1 and +2 tier materials. When you get up to Liurnia, you will find +3 tier materials and tier 4 materials. So that is the natural progression of the game. By the time you exit Lingrave, your weapon has to be +6, so that you can improve it to +7 when you're in Liurnia. My friends committed this mistake, and I'm pretty sure that if you're having a bad time on Caelid, is because the next tier of material upgrade that you will find in this place, it's a 5. And you cannot jump from 2 to 5. To get that tier material, you first have to go through the 3 and 4 of Lingrave, and then you come to Caelid, because the enemies in there are going to be resistant to your +6 armaments. So, where do I get those materials? Caves, like this one right here. Now, I will have a specific chart right now on screen that will show you how to get all of the bell bearings. Take the time to take a look at it. Take the time, feel free to get a screenshot of it, because it's going to help you like you have no idea. Now that you have your screenshot, or you could very well pause the video, but all of these little stone bell bearings, you can get them to an NPC on the Table of the Lost Grace, and essentially that is how you are going to acquire unlimited materials. You will have to pay for them, but you won't have to be farming them. Like I said, when we go back to the map, you can actually find materials in caves, but remember that they are tiered, locked on regions. This region, Lingrave, is for 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, this is 5 and 6 as well, 7 and 8. So you cannot actually jump areas. You cannot go whatever the hell you want to go if you don't want to if you don't actually want to get your ass handed to you. You could, but you're never going to be able to upgrade your weapons or have a nice time on Caelid if you don't go first to Liurnia. Alright? Your materials tier are not going to level up as you explore the world. Now, those little bells that I show you in the chart, you can bring them to this little NPC that we have right here, and you will notice, well, click on offer the bell bearing, and you will notice that I can now buy every single material in here. Runes are actually farmable. I can actually farm runes by millions and millions and millions. There are tons and tons and tons of YouTube videos explaining how to farm runes. And there's actually also for weapon upgrading, but I wanted to make this video so that new players and more experienced veterans understand how they should be using the materials and how they should be exploring the world if they want to have a merry, beautiful time on Elden Ring. That being said, remember that if no one has told you today that you're gorgeous and beautiful, beautiful gamer, then you are indeed a gorgeous, beautiful, beautiful gamer. Remember to like the video before you close the door, and actually subscribe as well, because if you like these conversations with RPJames, what are you waiting for? I'll be seeing you guys, beautiful people, in the next one. Have a beautiful, beautiful day, and remember to stay safe out there. Have a beautiful day. Bye bye.